Thanks for joining us. Breaking news. A verdict has been reached in the USS Bonhomme Richard arson trial. And
CBS 8's Kelly Hessedal has been following this trial very closely. Kelly, you were inside the courtroom when the verdict came down. What are the latest details?
Well, I can tell you Seaman Recruit Ryan Mays was found not guilty on both counts. You could hear this very audible sigh from several people in the courtroom when that verdict was read. It was an emotional moment. Seaman Mays started crying. It was as if the last 2 years, all the frustration, the fear, the anger, all of that stuff built up just started draining out of him. And for the first time, we heard directly from him. Take a listen.
I'm so grateful that this is finally over. It's been a long 2 years. I've been waiting a long time. I could say that the past 2 years have been the hardest 2 years of my entire life as a young man. I've lost time with friends, I've lost friends, I've lost time with family, and my entire Navy career was ruined.
And with that, he walked off. He had his hand on his wife's back in front of him. I did manage to ask him what he was feeling when that verdict was read. And he said, "I feel great, thank you." He walked back into the courthouse with his defense team behind him, then his parents. His mom has reddish hair. It was up in a bun. They've been here every day in court. And as you heard Mays say, the past 2 years has been hard on all of them. I can tell you after that verdict was read and he was crying, Mays walked into the gallery, past his parents, went directly to his wife, hugged her, and they cried. So just a flood of emotions. The weight of the past 2 years finally lifted. I mean, this is a 21-year-old guy who was facing the possibility of spending the rest of his life behind bars, and what a relief I'm sure it was to hear the judge say those 2 words, not guilty. So he was found not guilty of willful hazarding of a vessel and aggravated arson. The judge spent less than a day reaching his decision and concluded the government did not prove its case, that there wasn't enough evidence for a conviction.
He based his verdict on the evidence. This is exactly why the Navy provides professional and qualified defense counsel, so that innocent sailors don't end up convicted for crimes they didn't commit. This is, in fact, an innocent sailor, and we could not be happier for him.
And that was the defense attorney who gave the closing argument of this case. Now, Mays did not take any questions from reporters, so we don't know what's ahead for him. The Navy's only comment when it comes to this case is it said, quote, "It's committed to upholding the principles of due process and a fair trial." Kelly Hessedal, CBS 8.